Oh, hello. I'm back again with EMS Backyard Mechanics. Working on the same head for the 96 Jeep Cherokee. In the process of now putting these valves back in. I got each and every one of them all nice and clean and ready to go back in. Just gonna clean these little pieces that holds the springs in there. And just in case some of y'all might have one of these in your toolbox and you might be forgetting what it is, like I did. I forgot what this was. Didn't realize I had a valve spring tool until I went and got one. And I was like, wait a minute, I got one of them. So I brought it back, got my money back. No sense in paying for a new one when I got one. But this works very good with these here. I'm very tricky on getting this in line. I put my glasses back on, make sure I get this back on this just right spot right here, because you got a little lip right here on these little plates, and you want to have that on there just right. If not, it'll hold the spring crooked, and then you won't get a good hold on it. This is the first time doing this, so it's well, actually not. I've done one time a long time ago, but I wasn't as focused then. I was young and still learning things. Never get too old to learn something new. It's one of the things my mom always said. Never get too old to learn something new. Yeah. Hey, you got that little lip right there. That's what that sets on both sides. Now once you put pressure there and have it centered, it's good to go. You just tighten this up. Squeeze the spring back up so you can slide it on the valve. And I think what's going to be the tricky part is putting these little boogers back in there, because you got to slip this on over this, and then these here little things that are going there. It was a little bit tricky to get out, but they came out pretty easily. Now, got it laid in on the top there, and then let it turn. Try and turn it like that, and keep pressure on it so it doesn't fall back out. And you want to slide the other one in. You got to make sure you get the right lip up, and this is what holds them in. That one has been a little uncooperative a little bit, so I gotta figure out what to do here. Wiggle this around, maybe tighten up on the spring some more. There it goes, it just dropped in as I tighten up the spring. So then you pull on it toward you and it's holding on to the valve. Then you got that set, and then you just keep tugging on it a little bit, pulling pressure on it, and then let it off slowly on the spring. Now that valve's back in place. And this is what the back side looks like. Nice and pretty, like new. And now that's one cleaned valve put back in its place. Well, I forgot something. See, that's why I say you gotta think and go slow. I gotta take this back off. I forgot to put the valves seat thing on with the little spring, the little boot. So I'll take this back off. Push on that. Make these little things fall back out again. Might not have got enough of the spring. Still pretty tight. So. This is why you got to focus on what you're doing. I wouldn't have to do this if I would have paid attention a little bit better. I turn that so it's there. Now I get more of the spring compressed. Oh, you gotta make sure your hooks are good in the right place. Okay, now Make these little pins fall back off again. There's one. There's two. Now take that back off. Not too hard to really take them off. Just gotta be careful not to let them fall on the ground or in any dirt, whatever. Now this is what I forgot to put back on. These are the new ones. I do not know what these little straws are in there for. That's beyond me. They don't give you no instructions, so they got foolish things like that in there, and we're supposed to automatically know what those are for, right? I don't know what these are for. The little plastic hoses? Nah, I have no clue. Now, I'm gonna oil this up here a little. Oil this up. Always good to have oil put on rubber parts and all. Keeps them in good shape from drying out and cracking and stuff. New part you're putting in, I'll make sure it's good. And it pops on that spot right there. Now when the valve pushes up, it pushes up through there. And that's what seals it. See how that pushes up through that spring area right there? See how that opens when it comes through? See, that just allows just enough oil to go down in that little crack there to keep them lubricated without the vehicle running bad or whatever. There's too much oil going down in there on the valve, and then of course it's going to smoke. But everything to do an engine needs lubrication with the oil, some way or another. Some a little, some a lot. Now I can put this spring back on. Pay attention to what I'm doing with the rest of it and not have to do this twice. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to have to do it twice. Unfortunately, my memory makes things a little awkward sometimes, so sometimes I end up catching myself do something more than once. But at least it gives me a good insurance of remembering what I done, so I know I got it done right to begin with. There, now that's in there. Nice and even. Yeah. So, the rest of the valves to go on. And put these on one at a time and oil them up. Go through a lot of oil working on these. So you best to have a good oil gun so you don't waste it. That's a dumb ain't done with fireworks yet. Yep. Waste of money, all them fireworks. I'd rather spend my money on something constructive like this right here. Something that needs it. I like fireworks though. I used to shoot them off myself a long time ago. I know that ain't what you're watching the video for, but I'm just being sociable. Alright, put this here on there. And that one. How strange these straws are. They only have a couple of them in there. It doesn't make no sense of what they're even there for. Yeah. Very strange. They have no purpose that I know of. They certainly don't go in here on this. That we know. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like that right there. Very nice, very smooth. one thing I've always learned to do, doing my own mechanics in the yard, and I saved a lot of money. That's one thing. And I knew I didn't get ripped off from somebody else. Might not always get it right, but at least you're learning something. Ah, come on. Stay up on the lip there where you're supposed to be. Nope, want to be incooperative. That must be the way I'm holding it. I'll turn it here. Patience. Got to have patience. That's something I'm short on sometimes. Patience. That's a rough one. There we go. Put these in here.
I can't see.
You see that half I put in there? You see that? I put that first piece in.
Okay.
And then there's the other half. And these here is what holds the spring. And holds the valve all in place. Those don't want to go back in if you don't have this compressed enough. Those little pain in the butt things. Then once you get it there though, you want to pull on it like that. And then it holds them in place while you loosen the spring back up. There's two complete put on. New valve seat spring there and all. And then after I get the rest of them all put in and keep them in order and keep my mind on what I'm doing, then I'll be about ready to put the head on top of the motor. And got to make sure the motor's clean good. These straight line 6 motors though, they're easy to get to, very fun to work on because you don't have all this other electronic junk all around in the way. So right now I'll go ahead and leave it here and get back to you after I get it sitting on top of the motor. So therefore I'll take it. See you then. This is Backyard Mechanics working on a straight inline 6 motor on a 96 Jeep Cherokee.